Welcome to your practice. Today we'll do 30 minutes of moving meditation. Very gentle movement that can be done on your mat, on the ground, or this can be done in a chair, on the couch, if you're at the beach on a log, if you're on a sandy beach on the sand, you can dig in the sand. You can put your feet into that hole, and the sand that you've dug out can be your perch, and you can put your blanket on top of that. And so get yourself comfortable. It's as part of your practice as movement is, as breathing is. So get yourself good and comfortable. I'm going to be in Hero's Pose, Virasana. Basically, it's just like a thunderbolt where your upper leg is bent. You're in full flexion, full squeeze of the knee. So if this isn't comfortable for you, have something underneath the seat. You might want to stack a couple of books and a cushion. Encyclopedias work perfectly. Or a couple of blocks, yoga blocks. This is where these props and yoga blocks come in very handy. And if sitting like this is totally out of the question for you, either a chair or maybe Sukhasana will be better. We'll be getting into crossing our legs, sesa, like this eventually. So you might want to start there, and if it ever gets too much, it's too much. You can always extend a leg. So please never put up with in your yoga practice. And we let that spill into our lives. So go ahead and close those beautiful eyes and feel into your body on this amazing spring day. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth as the body starts to settle in. Take a deep breath in, feel the body, how it moves, how the breath can move you. And then exhale, letting it go. Inhaling, feeling that breath, the belly rise, the shoulders lift. And then as you exhale, we settle in to this moment just a little bit more. Take a few breaths. Inhale, a light little pause filled, and then exhale. Count the breath now and see how the breath is for your body. Count that inhale. Notice the pause and count the exhale. And now count to 5 as you inhale. And then count to 5 as you exhale. Even out that breath as you inhale for 5, a light little pause. And as you exhale for 5, a light little pause. Have some fun equalizing the breath here as we start to massage that vagal nerve, our longest nerve of the body, the vagabond, that wanderer, our healing nerve. How we go about doing that is simply breathing mindfully like this. And then place one hand on the lower belly and one hand just above that hand. Notice how the belly moves as you breathe. And now deliberately come into that movement. As you inhale, press into the hands. And as you exhale, drive that navel closer to the spine. Inhale, press outward into the abdominal wall. As you exhale, drive that navel inward. Come to these varying degrees. So maybe you don't press out so much during one, and as you drive it into the spine, maybe not so deeply inward. Discover all these areas of the belly as we breathe like this, coming into a little bit of movement. And then let's come into 3-part breath when you're ready. So 2 cleansing breaths before we start. Go ahead and take that next inhale all the way in and up. A light little pause filled with breath here, and then a and again, inhale through the nose all the way in and up. Light little pause filled with everything we need, and then exhale. Beautiful. As you inhale, send that first hand up. Then the second hand, the top hand, will rise. As you exhale, top hand lowers, and then the bottom. Inhale, bottom hand lifts, then the top. Exhale, top hand comes inward, and then the bottom. Like a wave, inhale, that bottom hand rises. Let it lift, then the top. Exhale, that top hand lowers, and then the bottom. Notice how the hands can wave like this. You may be on a different rhythm than what I'm suggesting. Please let it. Maybe you were a synchronized swimmer. Maybe you were a diver. That respiratory system can go forever. Please follow it. The length of breath is up to your body for this breath. Inhaling, that bottom hand rises, then the top. Exhale, the top comes in, lowering first, and then the bottom. 2 more just like that. Inhaling, the bottom one rises first, then the top. Exhale, the top one comes in, and then the bottom. Last one. Then go ahead and rest the hands. Knuckles heavy, palms upward. Elbows heavy. Shoulders sink down from the earlobes. Notice the sit bones. Let the body rest here. The feet may be flat on the floor, or maybe you're in the same pose as I'm in. Wherever you are, feel the anchoring down, this connection of the sit bones, the feet, the shoulders. Go ahead and bring all your attention and your awareness into the center of the brain now, where you think it is. With the eyes closed, take the physical eyes and look up. Where you feel that tug, breathe into it. Relax the effort and breathe into that experience of sensation in the middle of the brain. There's a laser beam connection from the top of one ear to the other, through the brow to the back of the head. Breathe into that intersection. Take a deep breath. Feel it expand outward. And as you exhale, allow it to unravel and settle. Inhaling, feel that movement. Moving in to this valuable real estate. And as you exhale, you soften, soften, soften those tight woven bands. How about one more just like that? Sending this peace, this calm, this harmony. Exhaling all that out. Peace, calm, harmony. And how about one more for good luck? Beautiful. Go ahead and bring your palms down on your lap. If you're sitting in your chair, stay seated. If you're sitting on the floor, go ahead and come off of your heels into Sukhasana, or cross-legged. The feet don't have to be so tight underneath the knees. You can loosen that up. You can bring one forward, one back. If you feel like you're collapsing into your lower back, raise the sit bones up. So if you're like me and you didn't bring any props, then go ahead and roll your mat a few times and sit on your mat. Or you can take your shoes, I've done this a few times, and use your shoes as props, especially when there's a jaggedy beach. They're great for underneath the hands. And then go ahead and find your comfortable seat in this position. Notice how it feels to anchor down into your seat. Give the toes a little wriggle and then allow them to settle. We're going to come into a twist now. Bring the hands off of the knees and rotate the body all the way over to one side. Take one hand on that front knee, and the other hand you can plant it with the palm facing down on the back of that pelvis. So the fingers will be facing the ground, just so that you can feed back into the brain how the pelvis is moving. You can really feel that sensory awareness developing through the palms. All those receptors working very hard here. Or take the fingertips, plant them right by the body into the ground. Wherever you are, go ahead and take the nose and point it backward, whatever feels delicious. Take a deep breath, feel that expansion upward. And as you exhale, take that back shoulder forward and chin to chest and round that spine. Take a deep inhale, looking back, feel the height. And as you exhale, one shoulder back, one forward. Curl that spine. And again, move like this. Very slowly, deliberately, like a second hand of a clock. Once you have the gist of it, close those beautiful eyes. Exhaling forward, curl that spine. If it feels delicious, stay for a breath, 2 or 3. You feeling something, you're doing it right. Follow your breath. Notice how long those exhales are. Come into the gap between that next inhale. And then let's do a little bit of the opposite. Keep the hands exactly where they are and rotate the body forward, chin to the other shoulder, chin to chest, round that spine. Then roll the chin over to the other shoulder, nice and tall. And then exhale forward. Inhale up. Wait a sec. That wasn't opposite. Okay, so now come forward. Let's do the opposite. See how easy it is to do. Okay, so here we are, nice and tall. And then bring yourself back, and now you curl. Roll yourself forward nice and tall. Take a deep breath in. Exhale back. And then again, inhale forward, nice and tall. And then exhale. Ha. 2 more just like this. Inhaling forward, exhaling backward. Last one. Take a deep breath in, deep breath out. Bring the hands up, all the way forward. Close those eyes and feel for a moment that whole side, from the sit bone, through the thigh, the knee, to the ankle, all the way up to the shoulder, to the middle of the brain. Down the other side, scan that internal scan to the shoulder, the other side to the sit bone, through the sit bone, the thigh, all the way through that lower leg. Then raise the hands and bring the body right over to the other side. Take a deep breath, look back, nice and tall, and as you exhale, swing one shoulder forward and the other one back, chin to chest. Inhale nice and full and deep, look back. Exhale, curl that spine. Inhale nice and full and deep, fill yourself up. Exhale, empty. Again, you can pause in any of these locations and explore. One more. And then leave yourself forward in that curled spine. Let's rise up and do the opposite this way. It might work better. Take a deep breath. Then spin yourself back and round. Inhale forward, nice and tall. Exhale. A deep inhale, forward. You might even like to look over that other shoulder just for a little more. And then exhale. Follow your breath. Notice how you feel. And how about one more just like this? And then unravel the spine, palms down, eyes closed. Observe that internal focus. Feel now from the bottom up, from the toes to the knees, from the knees to the sit bones, from the sit bones upward to the shoulders, shoulders to the center of the brain. Take a deep breath right there. And then exhale, I surrender. Inhale, exhale, I surrender. And one more. Then undo the legs. Like your legs are made out of clay. Just give them a light little molding. One leg and then the other, a little paddle of the toes. Mold this clay a little bit, all the way to the toes and back. And if you're in a chair, go ahead and bring one leg into the belly. Paddle the other foot on the floor. You can paddle it outward and paddle it inward and outward and inward. And then switch. Go ahead and bring it into the belly. Paddle the other foot on the floor, inward and outward. In and out. And again. Hang on to that other leg. You can hang on underneath. You can let it sit on the chair, the edge of the chair, if that feels delicious. The other leg can come up and then a circle. Circle it around. The knee can be bent. It never has to look like anyone else. And then the other way. Feel into how your body is moving today. And then switch, other side. Feel how that foot can circle around and then the other direction. Nice. And then go ahead and come into the cross legs. So visualize that this hand here is our paintbrush. Our fingers are a paintbrush painting a rainbow all the way around. So here we go. And maybe we're in an egg and the egg is being painted. So feel free to paint all the way around you. It never has to just go on one path. The fingers can move. Once you have the gist of this movement, you can close the eyes. The nose can remain where it is, or maybe when you reach over to that side, it might like to come down towards the ground, and you can spin the arm like you're tightening a lid and then loosening a lid. Just a little rotation of the arm. And maybe one more for good luck. And then go ahead and come on straight over to the other side. A little painting of that arm. Now, if this arm doesn't have the mobility, then not too high. Pain is not an option. So feel into your body today. Notice where you have heightened sensation. Breathe into it. Any pinching or burning, please stay on the other side of that. And then close your eyes once you have the gist of this movement. The nose can point downward. Notice how the breath is today. Every day, forever changing. These evolving bodies. Thank goodness. Breathing and moving, feeling a little something. You're doing it right. And then now side to side. Go ahead and paint that rainbow. Maybe you're being urged to come forward with those arms and reach it forward and paint the rainbow forward. Maybe a little bit higher. Each time breathing in this yummy goodness. Feel and sense all that color around you. Combing our auric field, this energy field all around us. One more breath wherever you are. A little sway this way, a little sway that way. And then go ahead and rest. Feel and sense the shoulders. Let them come forward, up to the ears, and back and down. Forward, up to the ears, back and down. And now circle. Let the body move organically with this one. So it might feel like we're just slightly moving the belly, the chest, the head, the shoulders. And then the other direction. Feel the shoulders swim. And one more breath just like that. And then we'll bring the feet out in Upavista Konasana. We will have the sit bones rock from side to side. So basically it's a V-sit. We don't want to come into our largest version of this one. Want to make sure that your feet can move and we can move our bodies. And then go ahead and come on over to one side. Plant the fingertips. We're going to come into the shoulders again. So looking downward, go ahead and bring the shoulders up, back, and drop them down. Feel them come forward, close the eyes, and swim those shoulders. The body may start moving here. Let it. Just a light little bit of movement. If you need books on the side of your leg, please do. Any height underneath the hands, please do. If they naturally come to the floor, perfect. If there is a perfect, that may be it. And then how about the other direction? Let the shoulders gently swim and circle the other way. And how about one at a time now? One swimming forward and then the other. And now backward. And then go ahead and come on over to the other side. Gently come forward. If you need anything underneath the hands, please do. Give the toes a little wriggle, just to make sure they can. Nose points down. Shoulders come forward, down, and up in the circular pattern. Eyes are closed so that you can sense from the inside out a little bit of movement. Notice how you feel, just like this. If you're sitting in a chair, the legs can be wide as the chair. Hands on either side of the leg. And then circle the shoulders backward. Feel how the body can move just like this. One more breath. A deep inhale. And exhale it all out. Go ahead and take one leg in at a time. And then the other. If you need any props underneath the knees, please do. Have the hands down by your side or place them right on top of the knee. Come into the breath now. Notice how the body feels from the inside out. Eyes closed. Here you can gently come into a mini Shavasana. If you have a chair, you can bring the calves on top of the chair. If you're sitting and it's comfortable for you to lay down, please do. If you want to remain seated, please do. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Let go of the control of the breath now and allow the body to breathe. The muscles around the eyes will soften. The lower jaw will slacken. Let go of all control. If you're seated, feel the hammocking quality of the back body as you gently come back just a wee bit as the shoulders come downward. Maybe you inchworm forward, side to side. Find that plumb line through the palate, through the crown, all the way down the front of the spine as we anchor into the sit bones. If you're laying on the floor, let it go. Feel the bones float in the connective tissue as we let go. Give yourself permission to stay here longer. If you'd like to practice a little more, please do. Palms come together in deep appreciation for yourselves for showing up. Thumbs at the heart center. Close those beautiful eyes and bring in anyone that may need a little of this. Go ahead and bring them into your mind's eye. Breathe their essence in. As we bow, sending this outward. Take a deep breath in, sending it outward to our community. Another deep breath in, sending this outward to our family. Another deep breath in, sending this out to the world. Thank you for your practice. Namaste.